I don't want to be looked at as a sex symbol.
Right.
I want to be looked at as inspiration. It's fitness.
Yeah.
Like, come in here, get in shape, get going. You know what I'm saying? Like, but now it's like, by me being the owner, I have to find different methods to promote the business.
Okay. There's been situations where maybe a personal trainer and client did maybe it went too far and things like that. So you're very
No, I mean, there are cases that happens.
Yeah.
It happens because you develop an attraction.
Yeah.
Because you get to see this person for more than what they present themselves as.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Just know the risk that you're taking.
Absolutely.
When you're doing that. The person I would have never thought would do me the worst did me the worst. And then so when I gave this person 100% of me, they killed 200% of me.
Woo. Do not rush the situation because you really went through a death.
I sat at one end of the table. He sat at the other end. And as soon as I said, Dad, what happened? And I'm crying. She's like, can I see my son? No, not right now. I tried to follow the law.
Yep.
And she's not helping. The law isn't helping. I can only do what I got to do.
Yeah.
Where do you go
so
from here? I was losing.
Yeah.
I was losing money. I was losing time. I was losing everything. Everybody want to be a trainer because they just see the glitz and the glamour, man. But it's work being done every day.
Yeah.
Every day. And it has to be a hard thing. You can't say I'm training this person because they're paying me. No, you have to train this person because you want to change them.
Yep.
You have to want to see people be their best no matter what they're facing, no matter what they're going through.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Britt, or should I say Coach Britt. I am your relationship coach. Okay. That's right. And I'll tell y'all more about that later on, so don't y'all forget, bonus at the end. But more importantly than that, this is your relationship podcast, where me and my guests take relationship struggles and challenges that you may be facing. We take those topics head on with the anticipation of basically getting to the point of a positive change for you, your life, and of course, your love life. And of course, without further ado, I do have a wonderful guest, near and dear to me, actually, because it's been long overdue.
Yes.
And I am so grateful that time was on our side to make this work. So, you guys, for the two individuals who may not know who he is, I'm going to let him introduce himself to my beauties and gents today.
What's going on, everybody? Philly Weeden here.
What you do? You down out in these streets, man. Okay?
I do a lot of things. That involve people, involve the betterment of people.
That's right.
And involved in the progression of society.
All right. Well, there you go. Look, don't shortchange yourself. You out here promoting positive change for not only your outside, because we do want to make sure the outside is looking good, but it also helps with your mental. I know you guys remember back when I was going through what I was going through, when I started my weight loss journey, it really helped me mentally and emotionally to be able to, deal with the stresses of the world, deal with the stresses of what was going on in my, failing marriage. So it helps not only the outside, but it helps with mindset changing and staying consistent, the discipline, everything in between that goes into it. And you were doing, by the way, let me give you flowers. You were doing a phenomenal job at what you do.
Thank you.
I have had the honor of being a few times in your facility, sir. Whether it was Ari with the step training, whether it was D with the Zumba, like my face has been in that place, okay? And it is always pleasant, inviting, and so much fun. And again, I love to work out, you guys. It has become a lifestyle for me. So it started off as a challenge. And once you overcome your challenges, y'all, I would like to say it's pretty smooth sailing from there. You know what I mean? Because now you've got, your schedule and routine down pat.
Yes.
Yeah. So, okay. So we'll dive a little bit into fitness, y'all. But of course, we got to talk about the love and relationships and all of this. Now, I can't dismiss the fact that there is the daunting question that everybody wants to know when it comes to the personal trainers, especially the male ones, you know what I mean? Because you guys obviously...
Why is it just male?
Listen, because most of the time, y'all have a lot of female supporters, that they do take their fitness seriously, most of them.
Right.
But some might have different agendas, whatever the case may be. But y'all do get a lot of flack, I ain't gonna lie. Because
is it a lot?
It's a nice little bit.
Okay.
I mean, am I right? I mean, you just let me know in the comments. I know it ain't just me, okay?
Okay.
But when it comes to your line of profession, what would you say in regards to when they say that you guys are maybe not trustworthy when it comes to the temptation that's all around you? Because I'm sure in your years, how many years you been doing it now?
26.
26 years. That's a nice amount of time now.
Yeah,
so I know in the 26 years, there's been some relationships in and out, you know what I mean? And I'm sure occasionally you ran into some issues.
Relationships?
Yeah, I'm sure there's been some relationships, meaning like you've had maybe a personal relationship.
With my clients?
No, I'm saying maybe you had a lady friend that wasn't too fond of you being around all these females at the gym. And, you know, maybe her insecure.
No.
Never?
No. The only insecure female I have dealt with was in high school. When I got a job at SeaWorld.
I remember SeaWorld.
Yeah.
Oh, you taking me back now.
Yes. And she told me, you know, when I got the job, she didn't like me working there because now my scope is broader. You know, I'm not just dealing with neighborhood or high school. I'm dealing with the world, possibly.
Yeah, that's true.
But that was, other than that, no. So to get into the stigma of trainers, I think that the number one thing is conduct business.
Okay.
Right?
That's fair.
Things happen, right? Things happen. There's temptation everywhere. Of course. Like, it don't have to be a gym. It's temptation in church. You know what I'm saying? It's temptation at work, wherever you work at. It's temptation everywhere. It's just being able to manage it, you know, have the discipline, the self-control, because everything is still a journey. You know, you may be on a journey of fitness, but you're still on a journey of self.
Okay.
Right? Mental health is a journey. Just taking care of yourself is a journey. So, you know, it's important to keep first while you're there, right? Keep that. Just remember why you're starting, why you're there, and to just handle business, right? There's no set thing to figuring out why someone is present, right? So in the gym world, right, you have people who come there because they want to lose weight, they want to get bigger, they have self-esteem issues, divorce, breakups. You're dealing with a lot of people just trying to figure it out, right? Same way with church, right? People go to church because they want to answer. Yeah. They want to feel better. They want to see what is going on. What can I do that will change the situations that I keep getting into or the circumstances that I'm around? Fitness is the exact same thing. Gym is the exact same thing. People are coming there for help. People are coming there to feel better, look better, and just get answers to why. Okay. Right? Okay. So with that being said, you can't worry about a person's motive. True. Right? Because if you worry about why this person is there outside of the obvious, then you put yourself in bad situations. Okay. Right? So with me, I don't think nobody comes to the gym because of my physicalness. Right? Okay. If that makes sense. It does. I don't hold on to that. I don't be like, okay, you're there. You're only coming because of who I know. I know you're there because of my reputation of helping people, of, you know, whether it's to lose weight, whether it's to shape up, whether it's to look good, or whether it's to take off in success. Whatever. I know that much to be true. Okay. Outside of that, I don't really pay no attention. I don't sit there and be like, oh, they like me, or they this, or they that. I don't worry about that. I can't have that on my mind, on my conscience, because now I'll begin to move a certain way. And I don't want to feel confined or constricted or restricted in my place of business and how I operate. Okay. That's fair enough. And I like how you cleaned that up real quick. That has not been an issue in your personal life when it comes to handling business, you know, in your work environment. Yes, okay. Now I got to switch around just a little bit then. Okay. Because, yes, I definitely agree. If someone is, you know, getting a membership at your gym, which, by the way, y'all make sure that y'all do. I'll have his information in the show notes.
phenomenal, movement that you got going on there.
Thank you.
And steadily growing and going.
Thank you.
Now, we do like to think that everybody has the intentions, and maybe that could be the start of it, but then they get to work with you. They get to, seeing how you move. They start to, have these different, looks of you and views of you. How do you deal with the ones that do try to shoot their shot and, obviously cross the line of it being professional?
I'm going to be honest.
Please.
People may think that I get all these messages or I get all this. I promise you I don't.
Okay.
I don't have women approach me.
Okay. I'm surprised.
I don't have women approach me. I don't have women shoot their shot, especially not in the gym, for one.
Okay.
And that's usually where I'm at all the time.
That's true.
So, but I don't have messages in my DMs. I don't have the comments be crazier than the inboxes.
Okay.
Like the comments would be crazier than the inboxes. Like I don't have people shooting their shot at me.
Okay.
So therefore I can't answer that question because I don't get it. I don't get that kind of attention.
Okay. Well,
like it took me probably in 2019 is when I really started taking pictures with my shirt off. Right? Because before then, because my struggle is I don't want to be looked at as a sex symbol.
Right.
Right? I want to be looked at as inspiration.
Okay.
So it wasn't until the split where it became solely mine or the voltage that I had to promote me.
Okay.
Right? Because before then I was like, man, it's fitness.
Yeah.
Like come in here, get in shape, get going. You know what I'm saying? Like, but now it's like by me being the owner, I have to find different methods to promote the business.
Okay. And
so I think that's what it is because most of my business dealings outside of fitness has been wholesome. It's been stage plays, stuff that doesn't necessarily need me to promote sex or sexiness.
Okay.
So people who support me. Plus, I don't carry myself like that. I don't carry myself as a sex symbol or carry myself as whatever that picture of that is. Like, I don't walk around gyrating. I don't, like you know what I'm saying?
Like the ones that really do.
Yeah, there's a persona of a person who represents sex.
Yeah.
And there's a persona of a person who represents other things. Like you can't put me in that category. Okay. I mean, I don't think so.
Okay.
But I don't get approached that way. Like people will find different ways to say something or do something, but it's not blatant. Whereas, boom, it's me having to figure it out. Is this person? You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to be the one to overread something.
True.
And because now it just messes up the whole situation. So yeah, I don't get those messages.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, listen. Okay, so 2 for 2 on the
you trying to corner me?
List.
You trying to corner me?
I'm just trying to give the people what they want as far as like information. Because I'm sure you know that. I've been
told that I'm mean.
Okay.
I'm very mean. I'm blunt. I'm direct. So I look unapproachable.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
But I'm not.
Right.
But I look unapproachable. So, because I'm very quiet. I'm reserved. I'm to myself. I'm by myself. So people will take that as, okay, don't talk to him. And I mean, that's fine. I'm okay with it. I don't want to change that narrative. But when you get to know me, I'm definitely not that kind of guy.
Yeah.
But if I don't know you, I have no reason to just be the life of the party in your life. You know what I'm saying? So, I just don't get some of the things that most people get, because again, I don't carry myself like that. When you're training with me, I require your attention. So you don't have no earphones in, you don't have no earbuds in, you have to listen to me, you have to hear me. I don't like my clients to talk.
Okay.
So it's different. It's a different mentality or a different atmosphere when you're training with me. So people will, that's pretty much how I operate in my personal life. I'm the exact same. Like I'm totally opposite. I'm an introvert personally, right? And I'm an extrovert when it comes to business because I have to be a people's person.
No, that makes sense.
I mean, if I was an introvert at my place of business, I don't think I'll be successful.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you have to be some type of energy or vibe giver in order to attract the people. You know, like no a person who is quiet don't attract people.
Mm-hmm. Seriously, you know, right? Because they don't know you exist. Yes. You're so quiet.
Yeah, so I have to be the you know, and then you know it's just my business, and I just have to know how to separate and when to separate the two.
Okay, no, that's fair. That's a good thing. You know what I mean? Because they're, you know, obviously we've seen in social media and everything else that there's been situations where maybe a personal trainer and his client did maybe went too far and things like that. So you're very disciplined.
No, I mean there are cases that happens. Yeah. You know, it happens because I mean again you're dealing with a person, you know, multiple days throughout the week, right? The same thing with the work wives, and like you see the people, and you know, day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, you know, you develop an attraction. Yeah. You know, because you get to see this person for more than what they present themselves as, right? So you know, there are trainers out there like that, you know, and it just is what it is. Yeah. Absolutely. I just believe that you just have to be an adult in the situation. Okay. You know, if you decide to do that, that's fine, you know, but just know the risk that you're taking. Absolutely. When you're doing that. But I'm not opposed to it because people, you know, they do find love like that. You can find love. You can find love. You can find relationships. You can find some type of sustainability in that type of atmosphere with someone else, right? But again, you still have to be an adult in the situation in case it does go bad or in case it does get out. Just know the risk that you're taking. Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's good. I like that you obviously conduct business with, you know, integrity, because that, you know, that's a key thing. Like you said, everybody may not, you know, do that the same. So that's why things didn't hit the fan. Yeah. But they ain't got to worry about it with you. I don't get that type of attention or energy, good. I don't give that type of energy off. Yeah. But you know, it is what it is. Yeah, absolutely. Now, just like yourself, I'm an introvert as well. So I know that typically introverts, it does become harder to find someone when you just, you know, you be in the house. You ain't outside for real. Right. So how do you find, you know, the women that you've been able to maybe date? Has it been just a run-in at the grocery store or out and about at the gas station? You know, those random spots when you're not at home? No? No, they ain't coming at your doorstep like an Amazon package. I shoot my shot. Like I see her and I shoot my shot. Is that okay? Is that online apps? Like where are you? No, it was online. Okay. Yeah. All right. And in person. You know, I mean, it just depends. Like I used to be the kind of guy where I wanted someone who was familiar with me. Okay. From my past. Okay. Not who I am of now. Right. Right. Because now I have to think about, you know, a person's motive, a person's like the reason why. You know, before it's just because you know me. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I dealt with that. I always wanted to just deal with somebody who knew me prior to my success. And the last person I dealt with that knew me was the one that sent me, man, like hating women. Oh no. Yeah, I hated y'all for a very long time. Okay. Well, I'm glad you can be honest and be, you know, because depending on what you're dealing with, that can be your take on everybody. Like y'all all are the same. You know what I mean? So unfortunately, you do get grouped, and you know you have to figure it out through healing. You know, obviously, to be able to know that everyone's not the same. Right. So where was that turning point for you when you realized, like, okay, maybe I might have took that too far. Like, all women are not the same, and there's a good one out here somewhere. I still deal with it. You still okay? In most cases.
Okay.
But I used to have my guards up for a very, 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 very long time. Because, again, the person I would have never thought would do me the worst did me the worst. Right? So if I would have came into the situation knowing that I needed to have my guards up, I would have. Right? So if I would have met her in the club,
right?
If I would have met her, at a party, and she's just, then I know, okay, I'm going in this thing because she's a little, But if she's a person that sits at home, she's not on social media, she reads books, like. Why do your guard need to be up with this person?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
The threat is
it's
minimal.
Not there.
Yeah.
I can just go in this thing with open hearts, open arms, and here you go. And that was the one that that put the dagger in my heart.
Oh my goodness.
And it just hurt. It hurt. It hurts to think about it because don't nobody wants to get played. Right. Especially, I don't know how this is gonna sound, but me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, for real, I get it.
I mean, everybody has this thing of themselves where it's like, how you gonna do me like that? You know what I'm saying? And that's how I felt. And yeah. So it was a while. It took me a very, very long time. I don't even know how, like I said, I'm still dealing with it. And that was, shoot. Let me see. 06, 09. So from 2009, 10.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's when it happened.
Oh, yeah, no,
and,
that.
But again, I just battled through a lot, Hey,
y'all, I know you're enjoying the episode of Beaut Tea Told. We're going to get right back to it. But first, I have a question for you. Have you been struggling in your relationship or maybe lack thereof and just need someone you can trust to talk to? Or maybe you find yourself back in them tired, played out games and wonder, how in the world did I get here? Well, guess what? You now can book a session with me at beautteatold.com and let's talk about it. Let's heal, let's grow, let's build so that way you can become your better self and that way you can attract what you are desiring and get the relationship that you so deserve. Oh, and don't forget to get your merch such as hoodies as well as mugs. Let's sip, let's talk, and let's make that positive change. We're going to become our best self and I'm going to help you to get there. So again, I have so many to choose from as far as varieties that's best suited for you. Grab the relationship coaching that's going to be that game changer for you. And I can't wait to see you there. What are you waiting for?
And it just weird. I just didn't like I said, the person who I didn't have no guards because right prior to that, I was married.
Right. I remember hearing that. I was
married and I knew I messed up.
Okay.
I was like, fair. I shouldn't have did that. I shouldn't have did this. I learned who I was. I learned my triggers. I learned all this because I was 21 when I got married. Yeah, so I learned myself.
Yep. And
I was like, okay, so this next relationship I go into, I know what to do. This person's going to get 100% of me.
Okay.
And then so when I gave this person 100% of me, they killed 200% of me.
Ooh,
so,
okay.
Again, if I knew how to go up, my guards up, I would have been fine. I would have been in a fight. I would have been okay. But, to find out that the relationship that you was in for 3 years, that you're believing that you're giving it your all was a total lie, a total waste. Like for 3 years of our relationship, she was with somebody else.
Well, yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. So, I was just like, man, whatever. And I just, I just dove myself into work.
Right.
Because, I didn't want to dwell on it or think about it. I wanted to pretend like it didn't happen.
Of course.
So I just continued to work. And now this is my life. It's work. work.
Working home. Huh?
Yeah, I'm trying to find a balance there. Every time I think I have a lead way, then I find more work to do.
Okay. All right. So, okay, so you work hard, and
I definitely work hard.
I do thank you for just, being honest and saying like it's still something that you're working through. So, I mean, everyone kind of knows my story as well. That was not an easy thing. I've also been married before, and I gave it all I got, towards the end, and it just wasn't good enough. And there was a point in my life when it got to the lowest of low, where you're just like, I'm just going to end it all. What's the point? This person doesn't want me, so I'm just going to, it's better if I just remove myself.
Yeah.
And then, you have your coming to Jesus moment when you realize it's not that deep and you can get out of this, but it's going to take time. And it did take me time. It took me journaling, like I told you off camera, the good, bad, and ugly. And there was times that those pages still got the wrinkle marks from the tears. But I slowly found my way out of it. And I want you guys to know that too, that healing does take time. And it does take you having to really focus in on it and just really take it day by day. Do not rush the situation because you really went through a death, like trauma. Me and Dr. Siobhan said, you went through a death, and that's not something you just bounce back from, you know what I mean? But, if you take that time, work on yourself, because like you said, you was like, forget it, I'm going to just focus on the gym and focus, on continuing, my mental and my physical and just keeping myself, intact. And, eventually you will find that person. So, all right, well, we're going to be optimistic about this, sir. We're going to say that, as you continue to journey and continue to, hopefully the layers start to come off of you trusting women again.
No, I trust y'all.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. We got there.
It just took a while, but I definitely trust. I trust. I love. Like I said, it was just a process throughout that time. And when you find someone else, you have to find now when you find someone in your success, you have to find someone who has just as much to offer.
No, that's true.
Because now there's no motive. Now the playing field is even.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
You don't have to worry about someone trying to come after you or trying to get what you got or trying to use you or trying to manipulate. Whatever people's motives are, when the playing field is even, then we can just love on each other. Okay. We can just be ourselves around each other. You're not with me because of who I am. You're not with me because of my name. You're not with me because of my influence. You're with me because you solely see me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You see me, and you want that, and I want you to have it.
Okay. I like that.
Have it.
Yes. Okay. So, talking to elders that helped you to kind of see a different light to be shown on women, or was it certain books you read or podcasts that you listened to that was like, okay, well, maybe I could possibly get this another shot? No, none of those, none of the above. So
I think it was just time.
Just time. Okay.
I mean, I did go to therapy.
Okay.
I check in every now and then, but it was therapy. It was therapy for sure, because like I didn't realize how important therapy was until I did it almost coming out of my marriage, right? I did it for the marriage, right? Because we were going through so many problems, and we said, let's just go to therapy, okay, right? And but at that point, it was pretty much over with. Yeah. But I did it, and I realized that I needed it for me. Because, it wasn't until he separated us two, as far as sessions. Because in the session, all we was doing was pointing fingers.
Oh, for sure. Easy to do.
Yeah, her, he, her. And he like, okay, let me just separate y'all. And it wasn't until then, that I found myself, if that makes sense.
Yep.
The first question he asked me in our session was, what's the relationship like with your father? And I just cried. but probably like 5 minutes before that, if anybody would have asked me that, I'd have been like, I don't know. Like, so like, I done did so much without him.
Right.
But when he asked me in the vulnerable state, you know, because in any therapy session, you have to be willing to receive the information. Yep. Receive the advice. If you're standing there, you know, with your arms folded and you're closed off, you won't get what you're supposed to get. But when you go in there vulnerable and wanting and seeking advice and just learning and wanting to hear something, you know, it'll get you. Yeah. And when he asked me that, like I cried, and he's like, start there. Start there, you know, because I shouldn't have cried. You know what I'm saying? Like, I shouldn't have cried as a grown man. I shouldn't have cried when I was asked the question, like, what's the relationship like with your father? So when he asked me that, he said, start there. You know, you need to talk to him, call him. And, you know, he needs to have a conversation with a man and not his son. Wow. Because if he sees you as his son, he can manipulate that. But if he sees you as a man, he has to address you. Wow. Yeah. So, you know, right after that, I called him and I said, we need to talk. You know, and we set a date. I went down to his place and I sat at one end of the table. He sat at the other end. And as soon as I said, Dad, what happened? Like he of course he was uncomfortable. Yeah. You know? Absolutely. And of course it was the thing that we as adults know now, which is we split up, you know, I had to figure it out, you know. And I get that part. But now my next question is, you still could have been in my life. Right, where were you? Yeah, you still could have been in my life. Because that happened to me, you know? You know, again, in relationships are not always a sure thing. Yeah. Right? It takes two people to work for it. It takes two people to work on it for it to be strong. And no matter how strong it was, you know, at one point, it could still break. Oh, absolutely. You know? So you just have to understand that if we're no longer in a relationship and I have a child with you, I'm still responsible for that child. Absolutely. And, you know, I knew that when my divorce happened, I was so keen on needing and wanting to be in my child's life because not only what I've been through, but I know that he needed me. Yeah. Because every day until I think when he was 3, you know, I was with him every day. I picked him up. I held him. You know, like when she gave birth to him, I was the first person he saw. Okay. Not her. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like the nurse grabbed and give me, you know, and I held him. I'm walking around. He just crying. I'm holding him and I'm crying. You know, and she's like, can I see my son? No, not right now. He'll be with you in 1 minute. But right now I need to, you know, so the nurse said, take him to the table and cut the umbilical cord. I did all that and I'm still holding him, you know, because this is my son. For sure. And so, and I knew, you know, in the neighborhood that we were staying in, you know, it wasn't the best neighborhood for her to even be a single mother. Yeah. Right? So I knew that the environment could potentially or will potentially, you know, raise him. Yeah. You know, and I didn't want that. Yeah. I needed my son to grow up, you know, with some advantages in the world, you know, and not fall victim to the environment that he is in, you know, because with me in the house in that neighborhood, it could be okay. Yeah, you know, sure. But with me out the house and her being there, you know, and him, you know, a single mother should just shouldn't be alone in most of the areas that people live in. Yeah, you know, because of just the environment. So, you know, I just needed to be in his life, and I fought, you know, when I went to the service in 2006. You know, I came back home in 2009. I fought to, you know, because our relationship wasn't the best. Okay. It didn't end the best. It wasn't the best. We both were young. Yeah. So we both trying to pull ego cards. You know, you're not getting your son. No. And I'm like, we went to court and the paper says I'm supposed to get him on this day and this day. And I'm trying to follow the law. Right. You know, she's like, no, you're not getting him. So I'm like, I you know, my attorney up. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? And he's like, you got to take her to court again. So took her to court and he was like, you know, this is like, I said, what? I said, why is nothing changing though? And he was like, it's just a contempt of court. And that's just pretty much a slap on the wrist. And so after fighting and paying, because every time we went to court, I had to take her, which means I have to pay. right?
I know.
And I got an attorney, so I'm paying for all of this.
All of it.
And there's nothing changing. So, all I know is that I'm losing money. I'm just losing money, and I'm fighting. And then, after a while, I'm sitting here like, I see why dads and women, but mostly I can relate to the dads, how they just go off the deep end and do something crazy because I tried to follow the law.
Yep.
And she's not helping. The law isn't helping. I can only do what I got to do now.
Yeah. Where do you go from here?
I just pretty much put my hands up and said, I can't do this no more. And I just gave up. I gave up fighting. I gave up going to court. I just gave up because I was losing.
Yeah.
I was losing. I was losing money. I was losing time. I was losing everything. And, all I wanted was for my son to know that I was back home.
Yeah, for sure.
That I'm back. And because I know that the relationship he and I had, if he would have knew that, then he would have bugged her. Like, my dad. So I went to a school, and of course, we had him in private school. So when we went up there, they're like, "You're not on the list." I'm like, "What list? You're not on the list." He's like, "We know you are his dad. We know this, but you're not on the list no more, so we can't." And I'm like, "Come on, man! Like, this is my son." It's like, there's nothing I can do about it, And it just hurt. So I was like, man, I remember one time being in a grocery store, like, I just want to hear dad one time, like just the voice, because I really own that type.
Yeah,
I want that. And like I said, I gave up. And I remember like on his 10th birthday, I got a text from him. And it said, "Dad." And I just cried.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I just cried. And, that pretty much has changed my life.
Yeah.
Because now he's working with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That.
And that's the pleasure that I get to have every day, because as a 20-year-old, 20-year-olds don't want to be around their parents.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, heck, teenagers don't want to be around their parents.
I was going to say.
So teenagers don't want to, 20-year-olds don't want to be around their parents. But for him wanting to be around me is an honor.
Absolutely.
It's an honor. When he was 16 and he said, he needed a job, whatever. So I said, come on up to the gym. He worked in a pro shop. He was a receptionist. He was changing trash. He was doing all of this. And then I think like on his 18th birthday, he was like, "Dad, I want to be a trainer." And I was like, "Why?" And he was like, "I want to help change people's lives." And so I said, "Okay, cool. Now you can shout on me." I didn't want him to say I want to be a trainer because you are.
Right.
I didn't want him to say I want to be a trainer because I want money, or I see the things you have, I want to do. Like, he said, I want to help people. And that's the number one rule, because it's a heart thing.
Absolutely.
It's a heart. In order to change somebody, it has to be a heart thing. You can't just be, it just has to be a heart thing, because, people say I want to be nurses all day long because of the money they make. But one day you're going to have to be a nurse for real.
No, seriously.
You know what I'm saying? One day, 1 minute, 1 second, you have to be a nurse for real. And that's when you find out it's not about the money.
It's not.
So, everybody want to be a trainer because they just see the glitz and the glamour, man. But it's work being done every day.
Yeah.
Every day. And it has to be a hard thing. You can't say I'm training this person because they're paying me. No, you have to train this person because you want to change them.
Yep.
You're going to get, money comes with it, because you got to get paid for your services.
Yeah, when you're doing it right.
Yeah, money comes with it, but it has to be a hard thing. You have to care for people. You have to want to see people be their best, no matter what they're facing, no matter what they're going through. You have to want to see people be successful. Yeah. Because if you have some type of hating in you, you're going to stop your own self from helping them to be great. Yep. So, so when he wanted to be a trainer, he became a trainer. And again, he's been a trainer from age of 18 to, even now. And to see him and who he is and who he's become, is amazing, because, again, I didn't have that. My dad was in stage plays and entertainment.
Oh, okay.
Right. Okay. So imagine where I could have been if he would have helped me out.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So when he actually came to one of my stage plays, when I did my very first one at the Playhouse, when he came, I was already like 4 years in. And so when he came to that, and at the end, when I came down stage and we hugged, and he was like, "Son, I didn't know." I didn't know you'd be like this. And,
wow.
And I heard the hurt in his voice because you could have had a hand in this. You know what I'm saying? Like the success you've had in that, the connection you've developed since then, you could have helped me out.
Absolutely.
But I did it on my own.
Wow.
And, so with my son, I didn't want him to do it on his own. I want to be his own man, his own boss, his own person. But I want him to know that I'm here too.
Absolutely.
And he in a drop of a dime, he'll ask me a question. In a drop of a dime, he'll ask me, hey, Dad, what do I do to, help develop this or do this? And what can I tell her to do? Like in a heartbeat, right in front of his client, he'll ask,
Okay.
And for him to do that, lets me know the humbleness that he carries, and the respect that he has for me. So it's an honor. I know this ain't the subject, but
no. I loved it, and
it's relationship.
It's relationship.
Yeah, that's relationship.
And sometimes it does go deeper than even just talking about love, but going even more in depth with going back to your childhood. You know what I mean? Because I can relate to what you're saying. I dealt with my mom in our situation. And it was trying times for sure, because it was definitely a childhood I wouldn't wish on anyone. And during, my marriage falling apart at my most vulnerable moment, when I would need that parent, I started, like I said, seeking the Lord more and more. And I found forgiveness for her. So I actually got to, sit down and talk with her. And for the first time in all my years, what was I, 30-something years old, 33, 34. She finally took accountability. And that's all I really wanted. Her and my brother, they had not been talking for years. She finally took accountability, and he said, that's all I needed to hear. All these years where he hated her. Yeah. Finally can get to a point where we can start now building that relationship now. You know what I mean? So it does come a time where it's better late than never. You know what I mean? Absolutely. So, like you said, and that, for me and my brother, it helped us to know how we want to be able to raise our children. We don't want them to have to be subjected to what, what we went through, or for them to feel alone, for them to feel abandoned. Yeah. Like that was never going to be an option when we raised our own family, so I definitely get it. And, like you said, we go hard for our kids. Yeah. You know what I mean? Although I call them my headaches. I love them though. They know I love them. They my headaches. They know I love them. But I will say, like, they know mama, if I was to leave this earth today, and Lord, please don't take me, but I was to leave this earth, I know that they were like, yo, my mother was there, present. Absolutely. All day. Good. And that was also seeing my mother, was she, how she kind of interacted with my father back when we were children too. A lot of times she became the obstacle that blocked that relationship for a long time. And I took that in. You either take it one or two ways. You're either going to copycat what you see, or you're going to make a change. And I decided, I said, I will never, ever interfere with my kids and their father. And even with everything that I went through with that marriage falling apart, I stuck to my word. Because that was one thing I never wanted them to have that regret on me of, because of you, I didn't have, that relationship with them. You know what I'm saying? So it does come a time where you have to deal with whatever you're dealing with, but it should never interfere with the relationship that those kids have with their fathers. Yeah. So
they should have their own take of their parent.
Exactly. Exactly.
And not the influence of the one that's at home.
Yeah. So I try not to badmouth them or nothing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but everybody's different. Everybody, realized it in a different way. Maybe if I hadn't went through, maybe it would have been different. I don't know. But I'm just glad that I decided to take the mature and higher road. Thank you. Like Michelle Obama says, when they go low, you go high.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? And you'll get so much further that way. I learned that too, because like yourself, you get through the divorce, you get through the, finally getting over that, and the grass does become a lot greener once you get past it. Yeah. It's terrible when you're going through it. Yeah. I'm never going to lie to nobody. Them breakups, them ending of marriages, they hard. Yeah. There are... It's
supposed to be, though.
They take you out. They can take you out. And I thank God, glory be to God, that for us, it just made us stronger. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I was bitter for a minute, too, though. So...
What? Don't get me wrong.
I was bitter. I was bitter.
Them
I was
journals
upset.
now.
I was pissed. I was all that. Not me.
How could you?
Yeah, but see, I knew that the breaking point, like you said, you had a breaking point. Mm-hmm. Mine was, this is the relationship after my marriage. The one that I knew it was bad for me when I started going through her things.
Mm-hmm.
Right? When I started waiting for her to leave in the morning to drop her daughter off at daycare, I would go through purses. I would go through drawers, boxes. I would give myself it was like hidden treasure every day. Like I would give myself, tomorrow I'm going to the garage. Tomorrow, next day I'm going in the drawer. Next day I'm going in coats. I'm going in and I was like, what am I doing?
Mm-hmm.
Because she told me the truth, but I still had to see it for myself.
Yeah.
And every time I looked, I found, you know, and then, I was like, okay, I'm not doing nothing but hurting myself.
Yeah.
And one day she pulled back into the driveway, my car was packed, and I was waiting on her.
Ooh.
And that was the most mature breakup I've had.
Yeah.
She was like, I knew it was going to be like this one day. I knew you was going to, I was just hoping that you wouldn't, but I knew, you would. I mean, I tried to take her for the team. I tried to say, okay, if women can forgive men, I can forgive her. Nah, I can't. I can't do it. I can't. I tried. I cannot forgive you. It hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts.
No, it's
so I don't know. So what gene or what do you all have that makes you all cope with it? Because we don't have it. We do not have it. Like, what makes you cope with, yeah, he cheated on me? Like, how can you just say that? How can you say that, deal with it, move on, and still be in a relationship?
Oh, okay.
It gotta be something. It gotta be a gene.
Well, you know what? I think that's a good question. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, ooh, let me think now. Now, see, mine's a little different. Okay. The first time I was willing to, because you'd be so head over heels in love, and beauties, I know y'all can relate. You'd be so head. It was just the one time. He's really, showing that he was sorry, and we just.
No.
We're emotional creatures.
Right.
Remember,
right.
We are. This is why the fathers are usually the more stricter, because us women, we just get to, okay, you can have the cookie. Like we just it's so easy to break. You know what I mean? Right. We so, I don't want to say gullible, but we just so we're so nurturing to the point that it's just like, okay, little Timmy, you'll get it together the next time. You know what I mean? And so even relationships, even when it comes to children, when it comes to our man, it's like it's gonna be better the next time. So it's the hopefulness.
Have you ever been cheated on?
Absolutely.
What was your thought?
My thought was the hope that it was the one and done. That you ain't gonna do it no more. I'm trusting you now. I'm probably a little too trusting. Okay. That's probably where I went wrong, to be honest. Because it didn't never stop. You know what I mean? It don't be just the one time.
You said don't be the one time?
Are you kidding me? Now it's Jessica. Now it's Samantha. What in the world? How many others is there?
You said one time. So one time with Jessica.
Yeah.
One time with Samantha.
And I got like you too. And see, this is where it starts to mess with you. So that's where we're alike.
Right.
Because I'm like, okay, I got his passcode. Got it. Let me get to checking the phones now. Yeah. And what you look for, you will find.
Absolutely.
So it'd be like, oh, now it's also Michaela too? Like,
I didn't know about her.
It had no where you come from. You know what I mean?
So you're saying the forgiveness, is it forgiveness?
Yes, because, well, some beauties will hold on to it now. But I think that also when it becomes more a repetitive thing. If it's just a one time, most of us women are willing to be like, okay, I'm going to trust what you say, that this was it, and that you're done with her, right? Yeah, I'm done with her. Okay, we can move past this. But then you start doing things, and the trust, I'll never forget I heard this, the trust can be lost like a bucket of water. It can be lost in an instance, and it takes drops to get back. Because now you have showed me that you're not really what you're saying that you're going to do. You're not going to be faithful. You're not going to be true. And so what is this? Now we start to question ourselves. Now we're looking in our mirrors. Is it something that I'm doing wrong? You know what I mean? So now we're blaming ourselves. It's so many things, Philly.
So
it's usually if it's been a repetitive offense.
Okay. So a one time, let's say for instance, he did one time, right?
Yeah.
And you forgave him. Mm-hmm. Do you think the relationship is the same after that?
I feel like it can get there.
Really?
I think it can get there. It's got to be a valid reason why you did it though too. Because if it was, let's say,
men don't have valid reasons why they cheat. I'm being honest.
Well, they like to blame the. Well,
no.
You weren't there.
Well, that's just the guilt game. That's the guilt game.
Oh, okay. Well, I later learned that now.
Yeah, it's a guilt game.
Learned that.
Yeah, it's a guilt game. It's not.
Because then it was the same broken record with Samantha and Michaela, too. You know.
That's make you lessen the argument is, well, when I tried to help you, you wasn't there for me. You know, you're like, oh, dang, so it wasn't my fault. But no, it's not. He still made the decision to do it. Mm-hmm. You know, I believe that any relationship is doable and worth fighting for as long as infidelity is not involved.
I agree.
Because you can get over being non-compatible in whatever area it is. Mm-hmm. You know, you can get over petty arguments. You can get over all of this stuff, but you cannot, once another person is into the relationship, you can never get over that.
I agree with you. Listen, because eventually I started having, animosity. I started to just really I had these negative traits like, okay, like I don't trust you. I don't even know why we doing, like, what am I doing? You know what I mean? Yeah. So now I do start to question if this is even worth it to stay in.
Right.
Because now I just keep finding you in most stuff. Like, so clearly you're not going to stop.
Do you think it's because you forgave him?
Yeah, I do.
That he could
I do, because what was the consequence at?
Yeah.
Where was the consequence?
Yeah, men move different when there's a consequence.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I've learned.
Yeah.
Oh, I've learned.
Yeah. If we know that we can lose you, we won't do whatever it is to lose you.
Yeah.
Because men don't cheat to replace. They don't. You all do that.
Well, wait a minute now.
Yeah, you all move with a thought of, okay, like you all cheat with better, right? You all cheat with the next person.
Okay.
If this person is in my life, then I can be with you. You know, if my guy was to find out that I cheated today, I could be okay with you. Men don't do that. Okay. We would cheat with the waitress.
Oh, we've seen the standards.
We would cheat with somebody 30 times lesser than who we are with, just for the simple fact that I think it's because we can.
Yep. Oh, for sure.
It's because we can. And again, like I said, I tried to tap into that gene of saying I can forgive. If women can do it, I can do it. And I don't know where that even come from, because I can't do it.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't do this. Because I said that and was still trying to find stuff. Scavenger hunt for me. I was like, man, okay. I even remember getting rolls of film developed. Because I found them. I found it in the garage and said, yeah, I'm about to go get this developed. Who do that?
Wow. I know. Listen.
Who do that? When she already told you she cheated on you. I'm like, I need to see pictures.
Yep. I still need to know.
I still need to
know. I need to see the text messages.
Yes,
what was really being said. All the dirt.
Yeah. So I can't do this because I'm losing myself. I'm losing my mind.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just need to just go away. Just go. And I began, like I said, working. Yeah. Working.
No, I listen, I feel you. Y'all see my episode? Shoot. That was it. I hit my last straw. And I remember praying to God, and I said, God, I can't do this no more.
Yeah.
You're going to have to do something. And when I tell you that prayer,
God do something.
He did, and He did it suddenly. Okay? Y'all going to have to check that episode out to know what all went down. I'll tell you after the camera roll. But, yeah, and I promise you now, the Brittany now versus 12 years ago, 10 years ago, 7 years ago, not the same one. Because I wish you would try it. Yeah. I wish you would, because now I know my worth.
Yeah.
Game changing.
So does it change the type of men you attract now?
Yeah, because I let you know up front that, first of all, you will get the vulnerable me, you know what I mean? Guards is down. Everybody gets a fresh slate to, I don't carry the baggage from the previous relationships. You are John, that was Jimmy, and two totally different people. Until you prove otherwise, you're going to get the full me.
So do you...
And I expect the same.
So about red flags?
Oh, I'm always looking for those. And it's funny because when I went through my journey with God, when I really got, through that crazy, 2020 to 2021, it helped me with discernment. So a lot of times I can pick up a lot. Like, I'm looking on your social media. I'm seeing, like, okay, what all are you about? You know what I mean? I'm listening attentively to what you're saying. I'm watching how you move. I'm watching to see, okay, you're a father of children. Okay, how often are you seeing said children? You know what I mean? How you're talking, because if it's a lot of cursing, like I can't rock with that. You know what I mean? Or if you don't have maybe openness to therapy, you feel like everything's fine. I'm good. My childhood wasn't the best, but hey, I'm like, no, I think you really should dive into that. No, I'm good. Like, just so defensive and things like that. Like, I'm picking up on all of that to see if that's something that I can be able to work with you through. But if you're not even gonna let me work with you, like, and this is pretty much the end here. You know what I mean? I was my cutoff game became real quick.
What's your cutoff game? Like, is it don't talk to me no more ever?
No. It's funny. I have a lot of exes that I could still be cool with. There's probably only one in particular where I just felt like it was probably best that we did just not have communication. He needed that so that way he can heal and things like that. Yeah. So other than that, most of them I could be cool with. Now, did they try to spin the block again? Yeah. Of course, but I keep it strictly friendship. You know what I mean? Like, we could be cool because once I've got to my end point, ask the ex-husband, you know what I mean? Like, nah, I'm good. Yeah. It won't be a relationship no more. We can definitely see if friendship is doable. Yeah.
So
there's two people. That communication is non-existent.
She said two.
I had to think of somebody real quick.
So now I'm not now, but recently, people are saying that sharing locations is the thing. Do you believe in that? If you're in a relationship, you sharing locations? I don't want that. I don't need that. So here's the thing, man. You both said we've been through the going through the phones and all that type of stuff. Right.
That's the old Brittany. I don't even want to think that there's something in your, like, we have so much trust. If it's the right person, we have so much trust. I don't want your passcode. I don't even want you asking mine because you know that you could trust me just as much as I could trust you. Right. Like, we're beyond like that. That's childish.
Yeah, I think sharing location is just,
it's not necessary.
Yeah, because it's just another tactic of, I don't know. I just don't like. I don't see it as necessary. Like, you want to know where I'm at, call me. Or I can just tell you where I'm at.
It's a simple text message or a call. Hey, I'm still at the house, or hey, I'm on the road. And that's it. There ain't no questioning it, because I went through something that were insecure, and that's a red flag. That's a cutoff. I'm not doing that no more. If you don't have yourself together, I can't help you with that. You have to help yourself with that, because I'm not, Takesha that you dealt with. Like, I'm Brittany. I'm totally different from her. You cannot put us in the same category. You can't. Mm-hmm. So I'm not like that. You will trust me just as much as I will trust you until you show otherwise. Yeah. And it ain't showing like me digging for it. It's no. Because it's funny, because God will bring it to light. I promise you, anything done in the dark will come to light. I didn't have to go. Yeah, it will come a point where I didn't have to search for it. It was brought to me.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. And then this day and age we live in, everything comes out.
Everything comes out. That's how I felt out.
Yeah, everything comes out. Like, you ain't gotta hide nothing. As much as you think you hiding something, it's gonna come out regardless. Because
for sure,
everybody is looking for a viral moment or exposing moment.
Yeah, and everybody.
Thank God it wasn't out in 2000 or the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't imagine being a teenager in this day. Yeah. Just because times have changed.
They have changed, right? For sure.
Relationships have changed. Time has changed. Music has changed. Because the era we were raised in, music was about love. Mm-hmm. Music preached, talked, sung, rapped about love. Yep. Relationships, love. And then, that was the culture we grew up in. We wanted love. Sure. We wanted to, I want what he's singing about. Mm-hmm. I want what he's talking about.
That part.
The movies, all of that. I want all of that.
Yeah.
And nowadays, like, everything is so transactional.
Yeah.
As far as relationships, like, you really have to date and be with someone of the same generation, if that's what you're looking for.
No, that's fair.
Because if you want something like completely different, try that 30-year-old. Because they don't believe in what you believe in.
Nope.
They don't believe in traditional love. They don't believe in traditional roles. They believe in you do everything.
Yeah.
You do everything. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do nothing but just be taken care of.
Mind blowing to me.
20-year-olds. Like I see it all day, you know, because like I said, my son is a trainer now, so I'm seeing these 20-year-olds. Like I remember a question where one of his clients, my son walked up to me. He's like, "Dad, if you was with your girl and she dropped her phone and she told you to pay for, if she dropped her phone, would you buy her another phone the next day?" I'm like, "What do you mean she dropped her phone? She broke her phone. Why would I buy her a phone?" You know what I'm saying? So the girl was standing right there, his client, and she was like, "So you wouldn't buy your girl no phone?" I was like, "Why would I buy her a phone? She could just get her the phone. Right. Why would I do that?" And she was like, "Mm-mm." And I was like, "What? How old are you?" She's like, 21. I was like, "Yeah." Because if I'm dealing with a grown person.
That part.
and they broke their phone, that's your responsibility.
That's you.
Now, if you ask me to help you or something, I would do it. But I'm not going to sit here and be like, it's all on me. Because it's not.
It's not weird.
It's not all on me.
When did it become about
you? Yeah, so when she said she was 20, I was like, she's like, if I break my phone right now in front of you and look at you, you go, I want you to go in that store. And I was like, oh, nah, like. And my son was like, yeah, what's she talking about? Like, I'm like, son, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for not being these 20-year-olds.
Yes.
Because, I can't imagine the world they are going to live in. Because, again, the music is not about love. Their culture is not about love.
No.
So they don't know what love is because now the 40-year-old parents, they're not really in relationships.
Yep. That's true.
So they don't know what love looks like or what love should feel like or be like, and we only know love from our grandparents.
Yep, I was gonna say the old
because our parents is not even together.
They're not together. No,
so
it didn't work.
So it's more so like we're looking at our grandparents and we're still holding on to the movies and the music and the stuff that we used to, we were raised in because we want that.
Yep.
So right for the 20-year-olds, they're not, their parents are 40s. They're not looking at their parents. They're more so like the 40-year-olds are more so into success.
Yeah.
They're into success and living their best life. And our parents, they're more so into just leave me alone. You know what I'm saying?
No, for real, they have guys.
Yeah, leave me alone. And so it's like we're looking to the generation before our parents, which is like I said, our grandparents and those before them, because they believed in relationships. They believed in, no, we're staying together, we're sticking together, we're going to make this work for the sake of our bloodline, our family. We're doing it for that. And, I can say it got lost. It's just that people began to have more standards or different standards as generations begin to keep coming, right? And I truly believe that the more successful you are, the harder it is to date.
Okay.
Because
that's fair.
The higher up you go on the ladder, you continue to set standards and bars, and it's like, no, because you're not going to ruin this. No, you're not going to do that. You're not going to do this. And it makes it harder to date. It makes it harder to find the right one.
Wow. Because
you've been through so much.
Yeah.
And the same way with breakups. It's harder to, after you come from a divorce, if you come from another failed relationship, another failed relationship, you continue to set these different bars for yourself. And, the minute you're looking like, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this. You better not have this, you better not know this person, you better not know this person. So now, who can I date?
I was just about to say the pool gets smaller and smaller.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I'm not going to say it should be, but I understand why it is. Yeah. I understand why the pool got smaller and why the options are limited. Because you've been through a lot. When you're 40 years old, by the time you're 40 and 45, if you've been divorced, you've been through a lot. Because after divorce, there's failed relationships.
Yep.
Unless you were married for 20 years, 30 years, and then now you're out here. Now the world is different because dating is different. So imagine being a 50-year-old out here trying to find love.
I know.
You're not going to find love. You're not.
It is harder the older you are.
Yes,
it is.
Yes, it's hard because the more off the scene you are, because you come out of touch with I guess reality. You come out of touch with what's in and what's going on in the world. Because dating to you looked different. Because again, dating you was riding in the car. We listening to music and we just enjoying each other.
That's right.
You know, if you can find somebody where you can just be in each other's presence and you don't have to say a word and you just there, that's a blessing.
Yeah.
Because I want you to know that because I'm in your presence and we're quiet, the relationship is not a bad relationship. We're not at odds.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we're the best of friends. We're great. You know, but if we're quiet, I don't want you to question the relationship.
Yeah.
I just don't have nothing to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't have nothing to say. But I want to be here with you.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't until I did my stage play Love Language that I began to, because prior to that, you couldn't, I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what love language was. I didn't know none of those keys or terms until I began studying it to write it, right? And so, so it wasn't until I did the love language stage play that I kind of figured out what kind of components go into figuring out the next person.
That's game changing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And, you know, like you said, it's game changing because I prior to that, I didn't know what it was. I didn't know. You could have asked me, what's your five love language? I looked at you like, what's my what? You know what I'm saying? Because if I love you, I love you. I don't know no love language. What is that?
Yeah.
So when I studied it, you know, it helped me with finding the right one.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And
same.
Yeah.
And what I was doing wrong, because I'm like,
yeah, absolutely.
In the marriage, that's what we were disconnected at.
Yeah.
And then you get mad because they didn't understand. You know what I mean? They didn't take it.
You didn't notice?
Like, I wash these dishes and you ain't gonna say, you don't see the love in that. Like, but that wasn't, the acts of service was not their love language.
Yeah, I remember being with someone and they told me when they cook for me, that's their way of telling me that they love me or that's their love language or whatever. So when they stopped cooking for me, I was like, just got it. You know what I'm saying? Got it. Because now, I mean, I ain't gonna say you told me your hand, but you told me how you express your love through cooking. So if you're not cooking for me no more, then you pretty much tell me where you at with it. Yeah. So I picked up
Something's
on that.
Off. Yeah.
I mean, so love language, it'll change your world and the way you think and how you move.
Yeah.
You know, because everybody wants compatibility.
For sure.
Right? Because you can love me in a way that you think is the best. But to me, you're not even reaching me.
Yeah. Nope.
You're not even reaching me. Yeah, because if acts of services is, like you said, acts of services is my love language. I'm sitting there washing dishes for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm cooking the meals. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I need you to do something.
Right.
Like, do something.
Right.
Like, dry it off. Dry them off. Do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's stand here together. Let me see your acts, or let me see the things that move you. And because you can be with somebody and not know how to reach them, you know, in a way that they can hear you.
They can understand.
Yeah. So it's definitely a challenge. That's why self-healing is very, very important after a failed relationship. Yeah. Because you can lose yourself. If you believe in love, right, you can lose yourself because you're doing it for the sake of love. You know, you can lose yourself. You can say, I'm willing to do all, be all, and everything in your life that you need. I am willing to do that because I believe that's how it should be done. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And in the same sense, that's how you can lose yourself. Absolutely. Because if you're dealing with somebody who's just a taker, and not a giver. You're
giving until you can't give no more.
Yeah. Then you're losing yourself. So after my marriage, when my divorce happened, I felt like I had my voice back.
Yeah. Same.
You know? Same. I felt like I can say no.
Yep.
I felt like I can give opinions.
Okay.
Yeah, I felt like that. And you know, but prior to that, I felt like I was mute because I just got to just take whatever this is.
Same.
Yeah.
Caged bird, I felt like after a while. I felt like caged bird. Now I can sing.
Yeah. And I don't mind singing.
I don't either.
Yeah.
It sounds pretty good.
So it's just a different a way of dealing with yourself after a failed relationship because you have to find out, you know, when you accept that you did something, you can change something.
That part.
Yeah. Like you said, accountability is the biggest thing
is very important.
in a failed relationship. Accountability because, you know, I wrote my book, Relationship Experiences, you know, based on the real life experience, which is me. You know, my experience that I've dealt with relationships. And throughout that whole book, I never blamed her. It was me. You know what I'm saying? Me. Like, I know that I cheated. I know that I handled this situation wrong. I know that this, but, you know, and I had to fix those things.
Yep.
Because now if I'm fixing those things, to me, I'm giving myself a shot.
Absolutely.
You know, because now I'm able to go in this next relationship with things that I worked on. So
better
now,
me.
Now I'm understanding my triggers. I'm understanding the things that I know will make me be a different person.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't want to, you know, but prior, because in my relationship, in my marriage, I was a cusser.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I was a fighter.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, I was all the things my mother didn't raise.
Yeah.
Right? Because I didn't know how to handle love.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to handle I didn't know how to handle it. I just knew that we were fighting.
Yep.
Okay, we fighting. Let's fight. And then I understand that we cuss each other out. Okay, let's cuss each other out. You know, and it wasn't until like one day I pulled over in a gas station and I was like, Lord, get me out of this because this is not me.
It's not even healthy too.
It's not me. So, you know, like you said, like things just arranged themselves for me to just get out of it.
Yep.
And I have not cussed since my divorce.
Yeah.
So 2005 was probably the last cuss word I said verbally.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah, in my head, honey.
It was the last cuss word I said verbally. Yeah. Yeah. So prior to that, you know, I was just like a different person. I understand now that people can bring out the different parts of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. People bring out different parts of you because, you know, the compatibility is not there. And you know, so now it's for me, you know, like I have so many things that I myself don't indulge in. And it's like, I prefer the person that I'm with to not have that same way. That way we're both, again, we're dealing with the same thing. Like I don't cuss, I don't drink, I don't smoke. Like it's a lot of things I don't do. And I need you to be the same way.
No, that's
so
fair.
That, because, you know, the relationship that I was in, you know, she wasn't a drinker, but she drank.
Okay.
So whenever she drank, she got drunk. And it's like, I didn't know how to handle that person. I didn't know how to handle that side of you.
Different,
yeah, so I felt like, all right, I guess I'm just a stranger. Because, you know, she would be drunk. And I mean, she wasn't different. She wasn't belligerent, nothing like that. But I just see a different side of you. It was a different person. Yeah. And I'm like, I can't relate. I can't be in the same place as you.
And I don't want to go down to that level.
I don't want to do that. So, you know, it's just like, okay, so I'm like, now this person got to be this, and this, because this is the only way I'm able to reach you. And you know, I ain't gonna say the older you get, it more difficult it is, but you got to find that one who meets at least those criteria that you set for yourself.
Absolutely. And it's a realistic list too. It's not that they got to be like 6 foot and 6 figures and all that type of stuff. But like you said, they do have to have, you know, some good standards, some class about themselves. You know what I mean? And I definitely get that. Again, I think having went through what we went through, like, same for me. Yeah. You're going to have to be this. I don't deal with this because I can't stand the smell for real of like the weed smoking and stuff like that. So if I see that's all you doing on your Instagram stories, I'm like, yep, nope.
Right.
Next.
Yeah. Because again, like you said, it's just a place of where I want to just be with you. So I know that we're on the same page. Yeah. At least. Absolutely. You know, we can work on everything else, but when you're doing that, it's like that's a vice that I just can't. I don't know how to cope with. I don't know how to assist you in that. Yep. You know what I'm saying? You're like, hey, I'm mad. I just need to go outside and smoke. I'll be back. You be like, all right. What? So now you come back in. I don't know who I'm going to get.
Yeah. Then it's like, okay, go shower and brush your teeth.
Yeah. Like I tried smoking one time. I never got high. So I stopped.
Me either. Like, what is the point of this?
I tried drinking. I got too drunk. And I said, I don't like that because I just want to be able to control myself.
Yeah, for real.
It was just, I was like, this ain't for me. None of this is for me.
Thank you, Lord. Not. Thank you, but no thank you.
Yes, thank you, Lord. Because, you know, it could be the total opposite. I can get drunk and be like, I like this feeling.
Yeah,
and now I just want to drink to get drunk all the time. You know, I could, smoke and got too high and like, I like this feeling. So, I thank the Lord that he had his hand on my life.
Same. Thank you, Lord, that I did not go down those roads. He's good.
Yeah. So there is love. There is love and fitness. There's love and fitness. And you can definitely find it.
You can. There we go. You can definitely find it. You know what I mean? So it's not out of reach. But I think, to your point, you do have to have your standards and everything in place because otherwise you'll just fall for anything.
Absolutely.
So to your point, know your value, know your worth, beauty's in gen. So that way, again, you will find that person. And it may take a while because everybody ain't the same. Yeah. And you're going to have to weed out quite a few of them that's not, you know, because I can relate too in regards to, I think someone I dated had like a gambling issue. And, you know, you try to be the fixer and the understanding. And, you know, they say they want to change. But then I think it was twice that he like still like gambled all this money. I'm like, yeah, no.
But women like projects.
Now wait a minute now.
Y'all do.
We like projects?
Y'all do. See, okay, for men, right? We pick the women in their current state. Mm-hmm. We don't say, okay, we need to work on this. She can be this. We don't see the possibility of the change. Mm-hmm. We just want you to be exactly who we met. This the person that I like. This person that I love. Everything, the physical, everything, all of that. Uh-huh. This is who I want. So when you start changing, you know, and you start losing weight or gaining weight and all this stuff, like, wait a minute, this ain't who I met. You know what I'm saying? Like, wait a minute. But for you all, it's like, okay, well, he's tall. He don't make that much money. Or he makes a lot of money. He's short. Like, you know, you all see projects where it's like, okay, he has this problem. It ain't that bad. You know, and then when you get there, you're like, okay, let me see if I can help him with this. Like, you all like projects.
Okay, I'm going to agree with you to a certain degree.
Okay.
So, yes, he's tall, but he don't have his finances together. Okay, well, let me see what I can bring of positive attributes so that I can help you get there. You know what I mean? We can be the winning team together. So, I think it's more so for the betterment of us versus it just being him. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, okay, you want to lose a little weight? Well, I go in the gym all the time. Let's do it. Let's get you together so you love what you see. And I obviously love what I seen before, but I'm going to love it even more. You know what I mean? So
you think the two can be different? Like if I was in fitness and she's not?
I think yes, but they have to have a desire to want to do it though. So a prime example, when I was married, that was one of the things that we would conflict about all the time was like he would work out a lot. I didn't really have no desire to do it for real. Right. I ain't gonna lie. And he would just keep on like almost like bullying me, like, oh, you're not gonna work out, you're not gonna work out. And I'm like, I don't want to, you know what I mean? But it comes a point where obviously at some point in my life where I did realize that I want to work out. Mm-hmm. If he just would have been patient and waited, the mind shift took place. It clicked.
Be patient.
It clicked. Now, you know, maybe that probably ain't the best example because I did it initially because he had found another woman. I'm like, oh, maybe if I get my body together, he'll want me back. See? But some might be different, okay?
See?
But eventually it did change where I'm like, okay, I'm going to look good for me. Mm-hmm. But, you know, there was that.
But see, you brought back the same point on why women go to the gym. After breakups, after divorces.
No, for real. No, I didn't disagree with you on it, did I? I was like, Yep, I fit in that category. Yeah. First it was the revenge body, and then, first it was the get him back body, and then it turned into I'm having the revenge body. You gonna wish you gonna regret the day you ever let me go.
You know, it's the same way. Like I said, that's how churches are built. That's how gyms are built. Mm-hmm. You know, because people are coming looking for help. Yeah. You know, because of what they just came out of. Yeah. Or what they're going through. So I just need help. And then, you know, once you get inside of that said environment, it can change you because you're looking for change. So it will change you because you're looking for it. You know, you just got to be focused and, you know, have signs around the gym. Remember why you started. Yeah. You know, remember why you're here. Your why. You know, don't get lost because you can. It's easy to just get caught up in what's going on. And now I just go to the gym because this is what I do. Mm-hmm. But come with a goal. Yeah. You know, don't just come because this is what you do on Mondays. Yeah, that's true. You know, come with a goal, meet the goal, set another one. Yes. And keep going. Because you can, you know, I keep prefacing, I like to relate or compare gym and fitness. Fitness and church because it's the same, right? Mm-hmm. It's the same because church, when you first got there, you was looking for a reason. You was looking for the why. You was looking for help. And eventually, it's become tradition. I just go on Sundays. I go to church on Sundays from 11 to 2. And that's what I do. That's what it is. You know, so now I'm no longer looking for help. I'm just doing it now because this is what I do. Yep. You know, so, you know, again, if you just remember, you know, keep remembering your reason why and why you started, then, you know, you can stay focused on what it is. And again, you can still find love in the midst, you know. do I believe that relationships, the two people have to be compared as far as he's in fitness and she's in fitness to some degree.
Yeah.
Right? Because,
definitely.
Again, you still want your person to be able to relate to the things you're going
mm-hmm.
through. Right? You don't want to be sitting at home and she getting her gym bag, she walking out. She's like, okay, I'm going to the gym. Bye. But now, again, this turns into she sees this other guy every day at the same time.
Yep.
So
they get to talk.
Right. So now they can develop type of friendship, relationship. And then all that stuff, because again, you still want, because now you're sitting here like, dang, my man could have been here. Or he could have been here next to me. Or he could have been across the room. Or he could have been, but now there's this guy who continues to talk to me. And then, and I got a good relationship. But one day it may be bad. And I see him. And so now I let him in because I'm going through a bad. All he going to do is ask me a question, what's going on? Usually, happy or excited. Oh, no, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? And I see this every day.
I was going to say.
I see it.
We've seen it play out in movies. It's like,
So you want to be that type of relationship where you can just relate. No, I'm not going to the gym today, babe. Go ahead. Or I go tomorrow with you. You want to do that. But I don't believe that it has to be a 100% type of thing. You just want somebody to indulge in the things that you do. Absolutely. Because it only strengthens the relationship.
Yep. Absolutely.
It only strengthens the relationship, because fitness can become addictive. You know what I'm saying? Because you're doing something for self. Yeah. And sometimes time don't even matter. I'm just doing it because I know it makes me feel good.
Yep.
So next thing you know, I'm doing this class. I'm doing this class. I'm doing this class. Then I'm going tomorrow. I'm gonna do this class. Next thing you know, now your person at home like, what the heck?
Right.
I'm going to the gym. Well, you could be here too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But at least you want them to understand what you're doing and why you're doing it. But if they can't relate. Yeah, if they can't relate, then it causes problems. It causes issues. It's just something that just festers and molds into the relationship.
No, that's a good point. Because I can say from experience, you're right. You guys don't have to be exactly alike, to your point. Right. You have your differences, but that's what makes it different. It's like, oh, I want to try that. Yeah. I'd be willing to try that. Or, I don't mind doing that with you too. And so now you guys do have the commonalities because you're willing to. You know what I'm saying? Because I did try to date somebody that was not into fitness. And bless his heart, he tried. But it just wouldn't. He didn't have the mindset to keep going. Yeah. So it was very short-lived. And it's like, Like, I kept running into guys that wouldn't work out. And I was like, I get lonely at the gym. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's cool that I could go hard all the time, but I would love to have somebody where they can be able to hype me up. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially my man.
Yeah. So, it's game changer when you can find somebody like, you do like to go on hikes or you do like to work out? Like, finally, you know what I mean?
We can have some type of, like you said, commonality in.
Yeah. Well, this has been cool. This has been fun. You even switched it around on me. That was a really good question, too. Let me think about it.
I don't know why. What gene do y'all all have? Like, because women have forgave every man in history at least the one time.
At least the one time.
Yeah. But not now. I mean, no more so. The more it happens.
The more it happens, the
more clothes off you can get. You can be like, okay, I'm done. I'm not done
with this. More I can't stand.
But you all can say you've done it once.
Yeah.
We have never done it. We've never done it. I've tried. I couldn't do it. So if I can't do it, I know ain't no other guy doing it.
Well, at least you can say you tried, right?
Tried.
You tried.
It was a thought.
You tried.
It was a thought.
It was an epic fail.
Yeah, it failed. It was a thought. I definitely thought about it. Like, oh, they can do it. I can do it.
Right.
Now I'm sitting here and I'm asking you, like, what do you all have that makes you all forgive? Because Jesus, like, we just can't.
We just hoping and praying.
Okay.
Praying and hoping.
That's a lot of hope and prayer. That's strong hope and prayer.
Listen, and 99.9% it backfires for sure.
Yeah, I did. Because, again, there's no consequence.
Where was the consequence?
There's no consequence.
So like a child is like, oh, okay, I'll just do it again. I just won't get caught.
Yeah. Men really need a consequence in life.
Like, I'm glad you confirmed that.
We do. Because if it's just like robbing a bank the first time. And you get away with it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to rob it again. I'm going to rob another one. I'm going to figure out another one. Another way to get more. I was just saying, you get greedy. Let me get more. But if you get caught the first time, chances is You know what I'm saying? He might not do it again. He gonna think about it the second time.
Yeah, you gonna think about it a lot more.
Yeah, yeah. Or even if it came close to getting caught, he gonna be like, okay, I'm not doing that no more.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but if he get at home and she be like, okay, it's cool, and then wake up the next day and okay, she's mad, but she's still cooking breakfast. She's still cooking dinner. Okay, she's not talking to me, but she's still checking on me, making sure I'm okay. Okay, I still see the little things that she's doing. Okay, she ain't talking to me in a month in, but 2 months in, we on vacation, we doing this, we doing that. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna be good for the next whatever.
Right.
I mean, I'm not saying because guys can change.
They can.
Guys
but
can
they got like
change.
your point. They gotta have a reason to though.
Yeah, guys can definitely change.
There's gotta be a reason to.
Yeah, guys can definitely change and be the 100% man that he can be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've done it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've done it, and I know it can be done.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, after my marriage, I was like, I'm going to this next one, 100%.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not talking to nobody. I'm not dealing with nobody. I'm not doing nothing. Just me and her.
Just
And so I was proud of myself.
Faithful. Yeah.
I was proud of myself because, you know, I'm attractive,
mm-hmm.
right? So it's hard for a person to deal with some type of attraction when there's other people coming at them, right? But you have to be, again, self-control.
Yep.
And understand what it is that you can lose.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to lose her.
It worked. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to lose
that
her.
person.
And the whole time, I hate women.
Oh, no. I know. Well, not anymore. He's willing to give y'all a chance, okay?
Yeah,
you know after this episode, right, you're going to get them DMs and stuff, right?
Don't message me.
They going to message you.
Please don't message me.
They going to message you. You said they wouldn't, so they going to do.
Don't do it. Don't do it. You're going to get an LOL. That's all you're going to get is a response.
Wait a minute, so a girl can't shoot her shot in the DMs. Wait.
Don't do that.
Well, then how you gonna meet the girl if she can't in the world of social media, she can't do that. So how she gonna get your attention?
Don't get my attention.
So what, you wanna just go old in your rocking chair by yourself?
No, I got somebody. I'll be all right.
All right. Okay.
I'll be all right.
All right, I'm gonna leave you alone.
I'll be all right. I'll be all right.
I'll leave you alone. But of course, my final question for you.
What's up?
Mr. Philly Weeden,
Mm-hmm.
What makes you beautiful?
My heart. My heart. Regardless of what it's been through, it still beats.
Okay.
Yeah. Regardless of what it's been through, it still beats. I do a lot of things heart-led. You know, because I believe that's my mission. Okay. You know, so my heart is what makes me beautiful.
Okay.
Not, you know, my mind and my heart, they usually don't. It misfire. You know what I'm saying? So blame my heart. Okay. I mean, blame my mind, but my heart,
but not the heart.
Great intentions.
Yeah.
Great intentions.
Yeah.
Great intentions to be the best guy, the good guy. All of that, but you know, again, it just misfires sometimes.
Okay.
But my heart is what keeps or makes me. You said beautiful.
Beautiful, yes.
Yeah, my heart.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. I love it. So far, I have yet to get the same response twice.
Really? Good. Good.
Yeah. Y'all always give me something different, and it gives me some food for thought. In 66 episodes, it has not been the heart.
Wow.
So kudos to you. You have not been the first to do it. All right.
I'm the first. Don't nobody say heart.
That's right. It's taken.
It's taken.
Moving on.
Say something else.
Well, I appreciate you. This has been a fun-filled episode. Like I said, long awaited. I couldn't wait. This is definitely, it was bigger than what I imagined it to be. We talked about so much.
Yes.
And every topic, everything that we talked about was much necessary and needed. And I know that it's going to bless you guys. I know you guys also can relate as well. Make sure you drop in the comments what all was said that really impacted you today. Like, I would love to hear it. And not only that, I promise you guys that I had a bonus for y'all. And your girl is a certified relationship coach. If y'all didn't know, now you know. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Woo! I am out here ready to help you guys, and we are going to make it change. We are going to make the drastic changes necessary, and you are going to find love. I'm going to help you with that. I can't wait to help you with that because my website, beautteatold.com, is where you can be able to book your session with me. So there are different options for you to choose from, and let's connect. I cannot wait to be able to make that change. And I know y'all seen it through the episode. I'm just saying, hey. not only are we getting the tea, but we are sipping the tea in the Beaut Tea Told featured mugs. So you have 2 options to choose from. So make sure you guys check out the boutique on the website as well and get yours today. And I think that's about it. Thank you for every subscriber. Thank you for everybody that's listening, sharing, commenting, showing love in some way, shape, or form. It does not go dismissed. I appreciate and love you guys so much. And as always, let's make a change.